The beloved tale of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, a story that has captivated audiences for over 85 years, has now become the center of an unexpected storm. What was once a cherished classic of innocence, kindness, and love has been thrust into the middle of fiery debate, ignited by Disney's upcoming live-action remake. The film's creative decisions have led to intense backlash, with devoted fans accusing Disney of failing to honor the magic of the original. But just as the situation couldn't get any more dramatic, a new contender has emerged on the scene, and it might pose a genuine threat to Disney. With mounting excitement for this alternative adaptation, it seems that Snow White could be the spark for a major upheaval in Hollywood's approach to storytelling. Disney's live-action adaptations have always been a mixed bag. Some films, like Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King, have been box office hits, admired for their visual splendor despite some complaints of lacking the heart of the animated originals. Other remakes, however, have been heavily criticized for making needless or ill-advised updates to the stories that audiences have loved for decades. Now, Snow White appears to be the latest lightning rod for fan discontent, with backlash so fierce that it could threaten Disney's reputation as the master of family entertainment. The controversy began with the announcement that Rachel Zegler, a rising star known for her role in West Side Story, would play Snow White. Zegler's casting drew mixed reactions. While some applauded Disney for embracing diversity, many fans argued that the choice strayed too far from the character's origins. After all, Snow White is famously described as having skin as white as snow, a defining feature central to the fairy tale. Critics felt that this casting decision was more about fulfilling a progressive agenda than remaining faithful to the story. But that was only the beginning. Disney soon announced that the iconic Seven Dwarfs would be replaced by a group of magical creatures. This change, Disney claimed, was made to be more sensitive to issues of representation. Yet, instead of appeasing audiences, it only inflamed them. Fans accused Disney of prioritizing political correctness at the expense of the story's essence. Even when photos leaked that hinted at some version of the dwarfs appearing in the film, skepticism lingered. Critics lamented that these new creatures lacked the charm and depth of the original characters, leaving fans anxious about what else might be altered in this reimagining. Rachel Zegler's remarks in interviews have also fueled the controversy. Instead of celebrating her role as the classic Disney princess, Zegler took a critical stance, describing the 1937 film as outdated and the prince as a stalker. She emphasized that her version of Snow White would be a strong, independent leader, focused on herself rather than romance. "It's not 1937 anymore," Zegler said, making it clear that true love's kiss wouldn't be the central theme. Her comments were met with a torrent of backlash from fans who felt she was missing the point of the original story. For them, Snow White's grace, kindness, and belief in love are core aspects of her character. They worry that a modern, empowered take will strip away the qualities that made the tale timeless. The backlash has become so severe that Disney appears to be in full-blown damage control. The film's release, initially set for 2024, has now been postponed to 2025. Although Disney hasn't officially stated the reason for the delay, insiders suggest that the studio is scrambling to figure out how to manage the crisis. Rumors of a boycott are swirling, and social media is awash with criticism of Disney's so-called woke agenda. Longtime fans feel betrayed, convinced that Disney has lost touch with what made their classics special in the first place. Enter the Daily Wire, a conservative media company that has announced its own adaptation, Snow White and the Evil Queen. Slated to release in 2024, a full year ahead of Disney's version, the Daily Wire's film promises to stay true to the original Brothers Grimm fairy tale. This decision has been met with enthusiastic support from fans who feel disillusioned by Disney's direction. The adaptation is being produced under the Daily Wire's children's entertainment wing, Bedkey, and it has already gained significant attention for its commitment to the classic elements of the story. Jeremy Boring, co-CEO of the Daily Wire, has been outspoken in his critique of Disney. He accuses the entertainment giant of losing sight of the values that once defined it, arguing that Disney's obsession with modern social messaging has come at the expense of good storytelling. Snow White is what built Disney's empire, Boring said, reminding audiences that the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was a groundbreaking achievement that laid the foundation for the studio's success. He believes that Walt Disney's legacy is being undermined by today's focus on virtue signaling rather than timeless, enchanting tales. The Daily Wire's Snow White adaptation has some big names attached, including YouTube sensation Brett Cooper. Known for her cultural commentary and wit, Cooper hosts the comment section with Brett Cooper, which boasts over 3.6 million subscribers. Her fans are thrilled to see her cast as Snow White, especially since she has pledged to honor the traditional character traits that fans hold dear. Unlike Rachel Zegler's modern reinterpretation, Cooper promises a portrayal that embraces the themes of love, kindness, and inner beauty. Cooper recently shared her thoughts in a video reacting to the trailer for Snow White and the Evil Queen. She addressed the growing desire among audiences for entertainment free from political agendas. Cooper made it clear that their film isn't trying to push a conservative message, but instead aims to capture the essence of the original fairy tale. "We're not trying to turn Snow White into a MAGA conservative movie," she said. "We're just trying to represent the values that Snow White is based in." Her remarks have resonated with fans tired of seeing classic stories altered beyond recognition. The attention to detail in the Daily Wire's adaptation extends beyond just the story. Cooper pointed out that their version will even depict Snow White with long hair, as shown in the Brothers Grimm illustrations, rather than the short bob from Disney's animated film. This choice has been praised for its commitment to authenticity and historical accuracy, further endearing the project to fans eager for a faithful retelling. Excitement for Snow White and the Evil Queen is growing, and the Daily Wire's vision is striking a chord with those who feel betrayed by Disney. Jeremy Boring has called out Disney for producing live-action films that feel more like lectures than magical stories, and it appears many fans agree. The Daily Wire's approach is simple. Tell a story that respects its roots while still making it relevant for modern audiences. It's a strategy that has already won over many who are disillusioned by Hollywood's recent offerings. The stakes couldn't be higher for Disney, with calls for a boycott gaining traction and growing enthusiasm for the Daily Wire's adaptation. The entertainment giant finds itself in a precarious position. Can Disney salvage its Snow White remake, or has the damage been done? The pressure is on, and the company must navigate this backlash carefully if it hopes to regain the trust of its audience. Meanwhile, Rachel Zegler remains steadfast in defending her version of Snow White. She has repeatedly emphasized that the new film will focus on themes of female empowerment and independence. While some see this as a positive, progressive update, others argue that it erodes the original story's heart. Critics maintain that Snow White's kindness and belief in love are what make her character timeless, and they fear that these essential qualities will be lost in a modern reinterpretation. This debate over Snow White is more than just a disagreement about a movie. It's a reflection of the broader cultural divide over how classic stories should be told. As Hollywood continues to grapple with updating beloved tales for new generations, it's clear that there's a fine line between modernization and preserving the magic that made these stories enduring. The Daily Wire's push for what they call propaganda-free entertainment could signal a shift in how audiences engage with remakes. So where does this leave Disney? Can the studio find a way to balance modern sensibilities with the timeless appeal of its classic stories? Or will the Daily Wire's Snow White adaptation become the surprise success that shakes up Hollywood's remake formula? Only time will tell. One thing is certain, though, the battle over Snow White is far from over, and the outcome could have far-reaching implications for both Disney and the entertainment industry at large. What do you think? Are you ready for a traditional retelling of Snow White, or are you open to Disney's new vision? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding saga. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.